Hi guys, so we are live and let's start. So I didn't take any trade until Thursday. So this week until Thursday, I didn't take any trade here. So first trade that I took was on 4th. So summarizing past week of trading, I knew it is going to drop and I understood that there will be corrections or intense pullbacks because of the NFP week. So I took entries multiple times of sell, and only if I had held those trades, I would have made 1400 pips plus I would have passed my FTMO challenges phase 1 and also doubled my personal accounts. But the problem is, or the thing is, what if situations or what if uh, statements don't work in trading? Like I said, every trading decision ends up in some sort of regret, whether you should have held for longer, whether you should have uh, closed the trade earlier, or whether you should have not put the size or put the size on a particular trade. So every time you take a trading decision, whether it is executing a trade or missing a trade, opening or closing a position, or no matter what, but the decision has to be an execution, a trade execution. So we only regret about trading executions or trading decisions afterwards. Uh, and no matter how much time you spend in markets, there is no way that you can't regret any of your trading decisions. So but obviously, when you get profitable days or weeks or months, uh, you forget about those drawbacks and drawdowns and regrets. So, anyways, I have closed both of my FTMO accounts, not breached but closed. I closed both of my FTMO accounts because I just wanted to here. I didn't breach and I didn't breach this account either. So I didn't breach my account. I just closed them. One had almost 1.3% drawdown remaining, and the other had 0.9%. So up till now, I have $45,000 in payouts, in 23 payouts to be exact. So here are the certificates, 23 payouts, and I thought we should get this over with first, and then we shall move to other things. So here are the payouts starting from first payout on 15th of January 2025, and the last payout was on 5th of May 2026. So I repeated this pattern again on 5th May. Last year I did the same thing. I said I said in the video that I'll wait for the payout and I'll not trade anymore. But I did and went into drawdown, and then I came back again after 6 months or 8 months, I believe. And then I started trading, and on this after this account, after this payout, I had this 400k that went into almost 9,000, or I can't remember exactly. Yeah, so $9,500 in profit, and then instead of stopping to trade, I kept trading and eventually blew it. So that is the past thing. Now I don't want to focus on prop firms anymore because I'm tired of changing my own rules just because a prop firm wants me to. So I only want to trade my personal capital now, and I just want to trade them, both of these accounts, on the same $250 risk. On this account, I have left 725 dollars, and on this account 691 because of the slippage that I got during uh, while buying gold here and also here. So, and on one trade, on one position, my position was closed here, and the stop was hit here but not here, and here I closed it manually. So, anyways, starting from now, again, my weekly risk will be $250 max, and my per trade max risk will be $100. And I'll keep repeating it until I get the results, and then I can deposit again and start pushing sizes again. So this is the trick that has saved me, or has helped me to survive this game for so long, because I don't blow accounts. I don't blow accounts. I don't like to blow accounts. I don't like that feeling from coming back to zero, from coming back to zero, and more specifically when you have made so much money and when you have made so much progress. So I don't like coming back from zero. And I the last time I blew my account, that was in 2020, on that martingale robot that I told you about. That martingale robot blew my $3,000 account. So in 2020, that was the last account that I blew. And after that, whenever I have a drawdown or a losing streak, a long lasting losing streak, so I immediately withdraw money from my personal accounts so that I don't make stupid decisions or revenge trade or whatever. And just to feed my trading addiction, I keep a small amount in my trading account and keep trading and keep executing to learn, because it's all about market experience. You can't learn anything by drawing lines or charts or triangles or anything, or by free play or market replay or back testing. Anybody who says that market replay works or back testing works, either his edge has to be completely data based and mechanical. Otherwise, brother, is it really as easy as possible as people on social media make it seem to earn millions of dollars from trading, or is it all just a lie? Umair Khan, brother, I'll answer your question once I finish this thought, because if I get carried away with your question, I'll start on another domain and forget what I had to talk about. So I'll answer, yeah, I have to answer this question today. So this is among my talking notes or points that I want to talk about today. In fact, I've just come to this point, to this exact point, which is, if you can, I don't think that you might be able to. This is the first point. People claim to make money and yet they only take money. So this might this might answer your question well, but I'll elaborate it more. And so, have you ever seen anybody who is sharing his complete trading history instead of screenshots of MT5 or C Trader or whatever trading profits? Why do people share only a day's history, a week's history, or maybe a month or two? Why do people not share their complete trading histories? This is the exact reason. This is the exact reason. And I talked about this in my very first video. For that, I got backlash that people DM'd me on Instagram and said that I am a bad trader, which is why I get drawdowns and what else. I don't really mind those messages. But the thing is, whenever you trade on a single account, uh, for such a long time, I think, meaning 6 months, a year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or whatever, you will have these periods of drawdown. And let me show you how. I know few people on the internet that share their trading histories. Among them, one is this guy, Trader Nick. Just a minute. Although he makes so much brain rot content, as you may have judged from his thumbnails and videos, he calls himself a day trader, and yet he changes his bias every other day on my PNL. Yeah. This was so this is his channel. You can go and watch his channel, and he shows his trading PNL every month, or I believe every 6 months. So this is his account, and as you can see, starting from, I think he started in 2021 or 2022. So he started in 2022. Yeah. So 2025, 2026. Starting from here, he will show you all his PNL. So for the first 4 months of 2026, in February, he was in drawdown, right? If we go to 2025, he was in drawdown for 2 months, and you can check his percentages because he uh, takes very small risk, meaning zero point 0.4, 0.5, or some even less than that risk on per trade. I am not a good risk manager in terms of this analogy, and I don't risk small amounts. But so in 2025, as he in 2026, among 4 months, in 1 month he was in drawdown. In 2025, he was in drawdown for 3 months. In 2023, he was 2024. He had also drawdown of 3 months, and in 2023, 4 months of drawdown, and 2022 he was in drawdown for the most part of the year. Jafar Yusuf, sir, how to print our own money? Can you please share detailed step by step guide? Cool drawing idea. Yeah, I'll share it. But in 2022, as you can see, he was only profitable for 3 months, and not even 3 months. For in November, he had a minus percentage gain, and he was only profitable for 2 months. And then, if you go back, so his history goes back as far as 2022. But the thing is, he actually shares his trading history, which is good. So whatever he is selling a SaaS-based platform that collects and shares data and statistics about currencies, indices, and financial markets, COT reports, and those things. So you can compare them, and whatever, you can go and check his channel and his tool and whatever he offers. So one is this guy, and the second one was uh, who else? Yeah, Kyle Williams. He shares his monthly PNL since, I don't know, he turned $7 or $8,000 into $5 or $7 million in profit. So, but he shares his monthly. As you can see, he shares his monthly trading recap with complete trading history, and you can also verify it because he he has his Kinfo links. So here, all-time profit $8.6 million. So this Kinfo platform is like my FX book, and you can attach your trading account to this platform, and it will share your stats and or analyze or work as a journal. Second was this guy, and the third was Kolamagi. So he has made more than $100 million from 7,000 or $8,000. I can't remember exactly. Let me check. I can't find the video, but he shows his. The point is, he shows his trading history, and whenever you see full histories of people, you will see that they have these periods of drawdown when there is nothing. So, like I mentioned, from here to here, nothing. From here to here, nothing. From here to here, negative. From here to here, nothing. And now there is too much volatility on both sides, and in gains and in losses. So that is how things work, and the percentage gain is not correct because I have been, like I said, depositing and withdrawing money during my profitable or drawdown periods. So this is it. So for the next week, I don't have a plan to trade, and I want to take some time off from the markets. I just want to analyze my data and find those problems and take care of them. In fact, I have been uh, collecting some data of my MFE because I have seen too many trades going to at least 100 pips and then coming back and hitting my stop or break even stop, which have been bleeding my accounts. So I have been bleeding my account slowly just because I refuse to uh, break even or close the trade with 1 hour or 2 hour or whatever. So I need to create another exit technique or exit trading plan for this data for the next week, and that is my plan. Maybe I could find a trade on CPI data. If I can, I'll trade it and I'll let you guys know on the next weekend. Otherwise, I don't have any primary or initial plan to trade this week. I only want to take some time off and just want to stop because whenever your losing streak or drawdowns go to this far, you need to stop. And Trader Tom doesn't share his complete trading history. Trader Tom has been accused of manipulating his trading history. Trader Tom has been accused of manipulating his trading history because most of the times he loses money live, and most of the times the profit he makes are from his most of the profits that he makes are off stream, and he has been known for manipulating his trading history. Sir, how do you stay calm during a losing streak? Don't you feel pressure or stress about how to recover from a drawdown? I do. I do. I'll answer your question after this. So, Trader Tom actually manipulates his trading history. Whenever people ask him for complete trading history, he sends them a Excel sheet that doesn't add up. And when I say that doesn't add up, meaning his deposits and withdrawals and his profits or losses doesn't add up. So, and he says that he omits some lines or some rows intentionally, which makes it more suspicious. So he trades live. He is a good trading psychologist. He is one of the best trading psychologists, in fact. But again, he, I don't think that he has ever shared his public trading history. So Wali Baba FX. Wali Baba is very old. He's very old. He's very old, but he has never shared his complete trading history. Sharing the screen of MT4 or MT5 is not called sharing a trading history. This is not sharing trading history. How do you know that this is a live account? How do you know that he is actually making these trades? And how do you know that this is not a white label MT5? Why do I trade on C Trader? Because you can't make a white label on C Trader unless you register your broker. The thing that Raja Banks does, or that the things that he is being accused of, like he is accused of manipulating his trading history just because he owns his broker and he trades on his own broker, and he also has never made profits while live streaming. He has always made profits while off stream. So Wali Baba FX doesn't share his trading history. If he does, please share that link to his trading history, because I don't consider this trading history. What he is sharing now, I don't consider it trading history. Where is his trading history? Executing on demo or drawing projections on trading view is not called live trading or sharing trading history. Trading histories are like these that I shared, and the people that I talked about, Kyle Williams and Trader Nick. Those are the only two people that I have found that who share their trading histories publicly. They also teach, they also provide services, they also provide bots and other stuff, but they also share their trading histories honestly. So, sir, how do you stay calm during a losing streak? Don't you feel pressure or stress about how to recover from a drawdown? I do. I do. So this is again the this is again another thing that I had on my notes. If you think just because I'm in drawdown, I'm a bad trader, then anybody, ask anybody for their long-term trading history. So this was the thing. Just because I'm in drawdown doesn't mean that I am a bad trader. Or if the people that I talked about, Kyle Williams or Trader Nick, if they are in drawdown, or Trader Tom or Valibaba FX or whoever shares their complete trading history, whenever you see somebody in trading in drawdown, understand that they use only one trading account because they like to be authentic and because they like to share their complete trading history instead of sharing just selective wins. And I'm not cool, or I'm not in favor of people who share only their selective wins or selective accounts. Why does it matter if you flipped your account from $5,000 to $50,000 only once and blew all other accounts for the rest of the year? Because the general public doesn't know, or anybody doesn't know. So every professional trader, every trader who trades for a living like me, goes through drawdowns, and we control our thirst or trading addiction by lowering our sizes, trading size, or decreasing our risk, or in worst case scenario, just withdraw the money to save it. That I did multiple times on this account. So whenever I am in huge drawdowns, I first thing I do is I set a certain boundary that if I breach this much balance, I'll just withdraw the money, most of the money, and I'll keep a small amount in my trading account just to feed my trading addiction and trade with the small size and keep my trading data and execution data so that I can analyze it afterwards. But the main thing is I just withdraw money when that limit is breached. So for instance, for this account, I had a limit. If I breached $10,000 mark, I'll go if I go into minus 10,000, I'll withdraw the money, most of the money, and that is what I did. Let me show you. So here, the most amount of money that I have deposited in this account was almost 20,000. So I started from 20,000, and I started pushing size, and I had a limit of 10,000. So I had in mind that if I breach the mark of $10,000, I'll withdraw most of the money from the account. But when I reached here 11,391, I thought that I should withdraw all this money and buy two FTMO 100K challenges just to feed my ego or whatever you may call it. But after that, as you can see, I've been trading very small on a small account. So this is the thing that uh, people go through all over their trading career, who actually share their trading history and who actually like to be authentic, not just the people who yap around on Twitter or on Instagram or make lifestyle marketing reels or trading motivation or psychology or whatever the fuck is popular these days. Because trading is about execution, it is a skill, uh, it is not something like that you should be proud of, I believe. Because if you lose money in a restaurant, if you lose money in a conventional business, if you lose a job, if you if you lose money basically in general, other than the financial markets, people tell you that, oh, it's fine, and uh, consider it the cost of learning and whatever. They may tell you to cheer you up. But in trading, as soon as you tell people that you trade for a living or you are learning to trade or you lost money in trading, people call you a gambler immediately, or a junkie or a gambling addict, basically. So this is it, and you have to go through with go through your drawdowns. You just have to go through your drawdowns with small size. As soon make a limit or set a limit in your trading plan that as soon as you breach a specific limit on your balance, on your capital, you will withdraw the money. First set a limit to lower your size, and if even lowering your size doesn't work and the drawdown continues, you need to withdraw the money from your account. That is how, because you can only make money long term in trading by surviving every day. If any day you lose more than 90% of your total net worth, it's very hard to come back from that. And like I have said multiple times, that coming back from zero is not a good idea. And anybody who tells me that he went to zero or in minus, I mean, by borrowing people, by borrowing capital from people to trade, that is a negative. So I suggest those people not to come back to trading and do something else. So a short answer to your question is just control your drawdowns or just control your risk while you are in drawdown. I'm not suggesting you to take time off or take 1 month off or whatever these motivational speakers tell you to do. I would suggest that you need to execute, and you need to execute live, and you need to execute very small, just to keep your data intact and just to keep refining your thing in trading, because trading is about execution. No one has become a good trader by watching trading videos. No one has become a good athlete by watching how to do videos. All of them learned it by doing it, not by watching videos on how to do it or by simulation, because market replay or back testing is basically simulation. So I'll answer another question that I had in my DM. So people gave me, someone gave me examples of 2 3 trading influencers who claim to make money long term by trading only 1 to 1 or 1 to 2 static risk to reward ratio, and they claim that they have a win rate of 50 to 60%. I would give the same answer here that I gave in my DMs. Ask that person to share their complete trading history, because either they are lying or they are lying. They are 100% lying. Why do you get this suggestion or advice only from trading influencer or only trading influencers, not by the people who actually made money? Because if you have studied Market Wizard's book or any books, trading books that have shown the lifestyles or journeys of real traders, you will see that they have all, most of them were discretionary traders. So in their trading, A plus B wasn't equal to C. A plus B could be any alphabet from other alphabets of the. So first thing first, 1 to 1 and 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio never works in long term. It could work for a week or a month or 6 months or maybe a year if you are lucky, if you are lucky enough. So if you are not lucky enough, it will not even work for a year. And if you want to survive in long term, and mechanical strategies don't work, so people will tell you or show you videos or trading strategies that have this sort of secret sauce or one candlestick pattern or one or two bar patterns or anything like that, that this silver bullet or whatever the fuck is that, whatever the fancy name is of that strategy, this strategy made me $10,000, this strategy, this one setup made me $1 million. People who claim like these things, they are only clickbaiting you, because if you ask them for their trading history, they will not be able to justify or verify their claim. And I don't make such claims. In your opinion, does a strategy exist that has a higher win rate than most other strategies? If no such strategy exists, then trading wouldn't really be a business, would it? Trading is not a business. Who told you that trading is a business? Trading is gambling. It's a performance sport. Only trading influencers tell you that trading is a business because they want to sell it, because they want to sell you their services, because they want to sell you their courses or mentorships. Trading is not a business, because in business your financial decision is not based on a guess. In trading, in trading, every decision is based on a guess or on gut feeling or a pattern that has no objective value in the past that you claim that it has a value in the past. This year, I have seen patterns failing, those patterns failing that have been 100%, that had literally 100% winning probability during the past 5 years in this year alone, and we haven't gone halfway there right now. So we are in the 6th month, and the 6th month has just started, and in just these 6 months I have failed, or I have seen the patterns failing again and again and again. So trading is basically not a business, it's a guessing game. No matter how much technical analysis you do, no matter how much analytical skills you think you have, it won't work. Because if it was, then I would not be making money, or I would not be doing this stuff that I'm doing right now. Anybody who is legit and who actually shares their complete trading histories, you will see that they have periods of drawdowns. But you will know that their drawdowns were only because they had a losing streak. And no matter what, you can't escape losing streaks. No matter what you do, you can't escape your losing streak. There is no way you can escape a losing streak. It took me almost 10 years to figure this out, that I can make more money by selling trading services instead of actually trading. But I didn't have the balls to do it, or the, what should I say, ignorance or greed to make money, or whatever motive you may think of. Exactly. People on social media say that trading is a business and that no other business in the world offers returns like it. If it was trading, look, understand, if trading was this easy that people claim, that it's easier to learn and you can start making money in just 3 or 6 months. If it was that easy, why would it why would it give so much returns? Like, why would people be making $100 million or compounding $100 million just starting from $7,000 like Christian Kolimagi did or Kyle Williams did? He made uh, 8 millions from 8,000, but he's a outlier. He's an outlier. Christian Kolimagi is an outlier. Was there a Christian Kolimagi before him? No. Is there any other Christian Kolimagi after him? No. Those are outliers. They knew when they were lucky and they pushed the size. They trusted their gut. I I wanted to find Christian Kolimagi trading history, and I just a minute. Let me find his trading history, and I'll show you his drawdowns, and you will be amazed to see, even you will be surprised to see his drawdowns. 30% drawdowns, 40% drawdowns, 50% drawdowns. Mm, if you know about Dan Zanger, he had a 70-80% drawdown after the dot com bubble, and yet he is a billionaire. He came back from that. Yeah, I found the video here. You can see this video. You can watch this video after this live stream. But the point of showing this video is he has shared his returns from since 2011 to 2020. and he made 7,000. It's not just an Excel sheet. He actually used to share his data from live his broker. So it's verifiable, and he is among market wizards. So I wanted to here, here. Just a minute.
The cumulative chart. I haven't updated it this year, but the show I'm probably up in the momentum stock. Don't do that, guys. Being consistently my performance early 2014. So this is like these are all my individual trading days. On this day, I lost 50% of my count. Shorting momentum stock. Don't do that, guys. Not a good idea. And as you can see, the numbers have been bigger. Like I've had dozens of days where I made or lost more than 100,000 or 150,000, as you can see.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. So I wanted to add a thing here. If you are not willing to lose more money on your upcoming trades, you will never be able to make more money that you have already been making. Meaning, if you have kept your losses below $100 and your average or your max wins were of 400 or 500 or even 10 $1,000, you will never be able to cross $1,000 mark until you start losing more money or start risking more. So this is the thing that he is currently explaining here, and many people don't understand it. So in order to increase your profits, you have to be willing to lose more money. So coming back to the video.
Well, thankfully, I had more gains than losses. But this is the cumulative chart. I haven't updated it this year, but the chart 2016 career for my second million. In 2014, I lost
Here he is sharing his drawdowns. So watch this.
35% in a day. Took me 10 days to make it back. This is for my day trading days. So I had much more volatility. Then in late 2014, I lost half of my account in a day. Or actually in 8 days, but most of it was during one day. Took me about 4 months to get back. Then I had a bunch of 10, 14, 18% drawdowns. Again, I haven't updated it for this year, but here you can see the chart. The blue is how many days it took for me to get the drawdown, and the red day is how many days it took me to earn it back, like digging out of the hole. One is the north and have good,
This is another video of him about drawdowns.
i.e., not going all in one stock. Follow their rules. Yeah, that's what happened to me. And then you're and stuff like that. I have it's to six been like 450%, I think, and all the money I've ever made this year. Yeah, something like that. Some started the year with like 3.5. This happens when you get to a peak equity. Guys, do you know what happens at peak equity? Do you know what you always happens when you get to a peak equity? Sooner or later, you're gonna have a drawdown. You never stay at peak equity for long. As a trader, you're gonna spend. This is actually one thing I got from Peter Brandt on his blog. He explained it really nicely. I never thought about it before, but even the most successful traders, investors, are gonna be in a drawdown most of the time. Like, even this year, even though I'm up at least 500%, I haven't checked it exactly, but it could be 600-700, maybe not 700, it could be 600%. I've spent at least half of the year in a drawdown, at least. So expecting to be like peak equity all the time, it's just not gonna happen. You're gonna spend most of your time in a drawdown, even on a really good year. That's just how it works. You just need to realize it, and you need to accept it.
So, anyways, this is the thing about trading. So, anybody who doesn't share his drawdowns or complete trading history, you will never see him sharing his drawdowns because people have a people have an addiction of keeping their image or keeping their public image clean. And by clean, I mean they think that if they share their complete trading histories and if they share their drawdowns or negative days, their public image will be destroyed or people will start questioning their trading abilities or as a skill, or people will stop buying their services or courses or whatever. Adnan bhai is welcome. Muhib bhai, I am too old to give a fuck about people. I am almost 37 years old, so why would I give a fuck if anyone thinks that I should not smoke or smoke on live stream? Although I can keep my image intact by turning off my camera and smoking behind the camera and just keep talking, and that and then you wouldn't even know that I smoke or I am smoking. So this is it. I'm just here to chill and I'm just here to talk shit. So that is it, guys, for today. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to talk about, let's do it. So I'll be live for 7 more minutes and then I'll stop the stream. I'm hearing the name Iska for the first time. Whose name? Christian Kolamagi? He is number one on the current edition of Market Wizards book. In fact, the first chapter that he published was about Christian Kolamagi. He converted or compounded 100 millions. Bhai, can you flip my 500 USD into 10k, please? Yes, yes. But will you keep your 500s and give me the rest or $9,500 for flipping your $500 account. Understand this, there is no such thing as uh, willing to lose the money or only invest in trading or only invest in financial markets with the money that you can afford to lose. Nobody can afford to lose shit. Nobody can afford to lose shit. You just have to be willing. You just have to have that conviction to lose that money. Like I have this conviction. I understand the risk of trading. I understand what I am willing to risk on per trade or whatever according to my trading plan. And then I don't feel regret about that or feel sad about losing that money. I only feel in start I used to feel sad about losing money. But as the time passed and I crossed the decade mark of trading, I stopped regretting about losing money. Now I only regret about losing trades. And the only trade that I regret about losing are this sort of trade that I initially entered and then closed it out of fear or out of some sort of distraction or what else. So this trade I had a 250 pips stop and I had a target of exactly 43.10. So by keeping this trade open or holding this trade, I could have doubled my both of these accounts and also passed the phase ones of my FTM accounts that I have closed in rage. So I did that. I shared those accounts in the start of the stream. I didn't breach those accounts. I only closed those accounts just because I was so in rage. What else? So anybody, anything else? My friend started with $500 and took a 70% risk on every trade. He made 5 consecutive winning trades and flipped it up to 30K. But after that, he lost it all. Lol. I saw someone named, I think, Tanzil, you might know, on X. And he flipped his account twice. So I was laughing when I saw his tweet, and I was thinking the same thing that people who flip their accounts eventually lose it all. So before you lose it all, you just need to uh, set a limit that if you breach that drawdown limit, you will withdraw the money. And that is only how you are going to survive in this game because to play this game, in order to play this game, first you need to learn how to survive every day. Because if you lose all of it in just one day and you don't have more capital to come back another day, that is not how it will work. Because once or twice you may get out of this position by luck, but luck will not be your companion for the rest of your life. यस तंजील वो एफ टी एम ओ वाला जिसने एक्सेस एक्सनेस में फ्लिप किया है मैं आई डोंट बिलीव इन एक्सनेस अकाउंट्स आई एम सॉरी एक्सनेस प्रोवाइड्स मार्केटिंग अकाउंट्स I don't want to share the emails from those brokers that offer me uh, payout certificates from those. I don't want to share the emails or communications from the prop firms that offer me fake payout certificates or the brokers that offer me fake or marketing trading accounts. Yes, Tanzeel, वो FTMO वाला. So you were also talking about Tanzeel, right? I've seen too many people come and go in this industry just because of this reason. They flip an account by luck once or twice or maybe thrice or even for the most part 5 times, and then they lose it all in one trading session. I've seen people doing that because that is how trading works. Let me show you. So at the end of that period where I withdraw the money, I was pushing size more than I should have. Here, I was opening trades with one standard lots, while or risking $1,000 or more on per trade. Because you start revenge trading, you start increasing your size at the end of drawdown period, and if you don't withdraw your money at that point, you will lose all the money. And at this point, when I had only $11,391 left in this account, I thought, Adnan, you need to stop. You need to withdraw this money. You need to buy two FTMO challenges to feed your trading addiction, but you can't keep this money in your trading account or else you will lose it all. So here are my FTMO stats up till now. Uh, I've spent I've spent $10,000 on trading challenges, and I have purchased 15 challenges. Out of them, I have passed 5 challenges, and from those 5 challenges, I have got $45,821 in payouts and plus $3,000 of uh, refunds. So based on a 33% win rate on FTMO, I have made a 38.5K net profit. So 4700% return basically. 4700% return on my no, not 4700, sorry. 470%. 474% return on my investment in FTMO challenges. So people lose challenges or people breach their accounts and think that their strategy has stopped working, while the reality is they are in drawdown. I don't understand Tanzil. How is he passing so many challenges and why is he showing off so much on Twitter? Everybody is showing off on Twitter. That is how social media works. Either he is already selling his services, either or he is going to sell something in future, or he just has the some sort of a validation complex or something that he wants to get out of his chest, and he only gets it when he gets likes and comments on his PNL trades, PNL tweets. PNL tweets meaning that tweets where he shares how many challenges he bought, or how many challenges he passed, or what his payouts were. So to prove this, that I showed you here, that I have only spent this much and got these much payouts before you accuse me of anything. Here are my certificates on FTMO, right? You can pause the screen, and these are the payments. These are 23 payouts, and this is what I have paid to FTMO. So you can, so here, if you want to count or whatever, these are the 15 challenges that I have purchased from FTMO in the past 4 years. I have passed 5 of them and I have got $45,000 in payouts. So that is the whole story. I know people who have spent more than 100K on a prop firm and yet only got payout of 30,000, and that 30,000 payout is the whole sale pitch that they use on social media. So people share their 2-year-old, 3-year-old payout certificates from prop firms to sell their services. That is how social media works. Ask Tanzil to share his trading stats with FTMO. Ask him to share his spendings and gains, meaning ask him to share his what did he spend on his challenges and billing section of his dashboard, and then uh, payout certificate, not payout certificates, but payouts, number of payouts, and you can find your number of payouts in FTMO traders here. Here you will see all your individual payouts. So ask him how many challenges he bought and how many payouts he got. If he had extremely big payouts, meaning if he had payouts of a $30,000 one payout, then he was gambling and he was getting lucky in that process. And this is what people do. People get lucky once or twice and then they start bragging on social media instead of sharing their complete trading history. Okay, so it has been 1 hour and almost 6 minutes, and I need to go. So if anybody else want to talk about anything, this is the time. ही इज़ हेजर. हाँ, ये सारे हेजिंग करते हैं. सारे तो ये पॉडकास्ट में बैठ के बताते नहीं है. वकास है, वो पॉडकास्ट में बैठ के बता तो रहा था कि वो हेजिंग करते हैं. ये लोग खुद हेजिंग करते हैं ना. ये मल्टीपल प्रॉप फर्म्स पे अक्रॉस है, अकाउंट्स बाय करते हैं. एक पे बाय करते हैं, एक पे सेल करते हैं. जो पास हो जाता है बस उसको चलाते हैं और उसको फिर दिखाते हैं, उसके पे आउट सर्टिफिकेट्स दिखाते हैं. ये हेजिंग भी करते हैं और ये मल्टीपल आइडेंटिटीज़ भी यूज़ करते हैं. अपने ऑफिस में काम करने वाले लड़के, अपने रिश्तेदार, अपने कज़न्स, अपने माँ बाप, अपने बहन भाई, अपने करीबी लोगों के आइडेंटिटीज़ ये यूज़ करते हैं और ये बाय करते हैं डिफरेंट आईपीज़, स्टैटिक आईपीज़. उन पे ये डिफरेंट वो यूज़ करते हैं अपना क्या कहते हैं आइडेंटिटीज़, और उन आइडेंटिटीज़ के थ्रू ये मल्टीपल अकाउंट्स बाय करते हैं और फिर उसकी वजह से जो इनको पे आउट्स मिलते हैं ये वो शेयर करते हैं. वो वहाँ पे कह तो रहा था बैठा हुआ वीडियो में कि नहीं, मैं इस अकाउंट का नेम नहीं शेयर करूंगा. फिर लोग कंप्लेन कर देते हैं कि इन्होंने दूसरी आइडेंटिटीज से चैलेंजेस बाय किए हुए हैं. हाउ डू यू एबल टू जस्टिफाई दैट? मतलब आई डोंट थिंक दिस इज़ एन एथिकल वे ऑफ ट्रेडिंग. जुगाड़ू हैं सारे, सारे जुगाड़ी हैं या हैजर हैं सारे, या एच करते हैं या वो आर्बिट्राज करते हैं. ट्रेडिंग तो कोई भी नहीं कर रहा है यहाँ पे. ट्रेडिंग कौन कर रहा है? जो ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हैं उनको यहाँ पे सोशल मीडिया पे आके शोर मचाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. और कौन शेयर करता है इस तरीके से कंप्लीट ट्रेडिंग हिस्ट्रीज? देखा है कभी किसी को इस तरह से ड्रॉ डाउन में आके और फिर यहाँ पे बैठ के हंसते हुए? फर्क नहीं पड़ता यार. इतना टाइम हो गया. आप जब व्हेन यू हैव स्पेंट ओवर अ डेकेड इन ट्रेडिंग, these periods of drawdown in fact make you second guess everything. You start second guessing everything, including your strategy and including your beliefs in general. So another thing, I want to add another thing here. The ICT trading community and their pyramid scheme. So the mentor of the mentors have been mentoring for all his life and has never made a single penny in markets on live account. And that is the same thing that his trading community does. Why do all ICT traders turn to ICT mentors? Why? Because only for two reasons. Either they are afraid of drawdowns because like every strategy, their strategy has also drawdowns and they can't bear with it, and they can't go through drawdowns without messing their psychology or mental health, and which is why they don't share their complete trading history, or they start teaching and call it a passive income. I wish that I was a co-seller. I was a mentor. But then I remember the period of my therapy days, the days that when I used to provide online therapy on Instagram. I provided therapy on Instagram for 3 years as a psychologist, and I remember those days. I gained so much experience, but at the same time, I also messed up my own mental health by listening to all these crybabies and Gen Z people or kids with no self accountability. People don't 99.99% people don't succeed in trading because they don't have self accountability. People don't want to admit their mistake. I admit my mistake immediately and I get out. I stop. Because whenever you are in drawdown in any part of your life, not just trading, now you might ask, why do I use the word drawdown for the rest of the life? Your relationship can go into a drawdown. Your physical health can go into drawdown. Your career can go into drawdown. Your relationships, uh, your love for things or your hobbies go into drawdown. So drawdowns are universal fact. Universal drawdown is a universal fact. Everybody goes into drawdown, and if you don't learn to cope with it, go to a therapist. People need to learn self accountability. So if I wasn't self accountable, I would have blown my trading account. If I wasn't self accountable, I would not have stopped trading. Okay, guys, so this is it for today. I didn't record a trading recap this week because there wasn't much trading activity. And now I'm focusing on my own thing, which is trading and not content creation. I fall addicted to create or to creating trading content because from that I was getting validation from people in terms of messages or what else. And I felt like I have become and I'm going to become a trading influencer, or I'm going to become something which is not me. I mean, I'm not that guy. I don't like peopling. I genuinely hate people. So this is it. If I have a trading recap for the next week, meaning if I execute a trade, I'll share it in a trading recap. Otherwise, I'll do another live stream on the next weekend. But this time, I'll inform you guys. For today's live stream, I wanted to do live stream yesterday, but we had a power breakdown here because of the sandstorm in Multan, and which is why I didn't do the live stream. And today I had some free time, so I thought that I should do this live stream now, and I just get over with it. And next week I'll inform prior to my live stream. So this is it, guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.